You know, at the end of the day, and this may sound harsh, but if you have an alcohol use disorder or if you have a family member who's suffering from alcoholism, it is 100% the responsibility of the person who is suffering from this disease to take action. The first thing that they must do is recognize that they have a problem. That's the baseline problem. They have to recognize, you know, I drink too much. It's causing problems in my life, in my health, in my relationships, in my finances, in my productivity, and having the ability to recognize that. And they have to take 100% culpability for those problems. And if they don't, and if they gaslight and they blame it on their parents, their school, their kids, their spouse, the government, everything but themselves, well, then they got a serious problem. They are not taking ownership, and until they do, they're not going to have the ability to move forward. This is a big issue for both the alcoholic and the family members of that person who suffers from alcohol use disorder. It's also very important as family members to realize there's only so much we can do. I mean, we can intervene in a sense. We can have the tough conversations. We can use our leverage to say, you know, we're no longer going to enable you. We're not going to provide for you financially, and we might not even be in your life anymore. But ultimately, those types of motivations aren't the best. They're not the optimal way to deal with it. Forcing somebody into doing something is never the best way. It really has to come from the person. And sometimes you have to let that person fail. Honestly, as a family member, you got to let that person go. It's the hardest thing, especially if you have a son or a daughter, just allowing them to fail. And you know, it's the most natural thing in the world as a parent. You want to help your children, but you're not helping them if you're enabling them and allowing them to continue down the path of alcoholism or drug addiction. You have to find the core problem, and you have to sway that person to get professional help, either detox, rehab, certainly going to group therapy and all the work that involves. And then there's a lot of tag words that people use, like, well, I'm a functioning alcoholic, or, you know, some higher power above is going to show me the way, and that's going to make everything all right. And these are all deflections, and I'm not disparaging anybody's beliefs, but it's always 100% up to you as the alcoholic, as the person suffering from this disease, recognizing that. There's no higher power. There's no weird label like I'm functioning and I pay my bills so I'm okay, which is, again, nonsense, okay? Maybe you're paying the bills this week, but it's only a matter of time. It's not if, it's when. So these deflective types of labels and gaslighting, you can gaslight yourself into oblivion, recognizing that and growing from that. If you take anything away from this video, is that you have to be responsible for your own mental health, and you have to take action. All you got to do is reach out, and people will be there to help you. So I always say, you want to use medications. I mean, honestly, naltrexone, N-abuse, there's other ones that are blockers that will help with the physicality of, you know, not drinking. It'll help you with the cravings. And then you have to work on the behavior, because it's a behavioral issue. And you have to go to therapy to understand the core reason why you're drinking. You need to be around other people who are, you know, recovering alongside you. And I always say, participate. The more you put into your therapy, the more you're going to get out of it. Be the person that goes up on stage and tells your story. As scary as that can be, it will give you growth as a human being, and you will evolve. And you will be facing the biggest struggle of your life. And we recognize it as a struggle. It is a struggle. And my hat always goes off to people who do get through this, because it takes a mental fortitude that few people really understand. And I hope this video helps. It's up to you, and we're always going to be here for you. It's because it's not, one thing I really want to get into is that it's not a moral issue. Okay? People have to get away from the shame and the finger pointing and the downplaying. You know, anybody can get caught into this situation, and society needs to look at it differently. Just get to work. Face the problem. Get to work. And again, when you're ready to work with me one-on-one, go to the link, the calendar link, set up a breakthrough call. It takes about 45 minutes to an hour. Don't just call just to talk. We're going to go over a deep dive, what's going on with you and your family. Then I want to go over the coaching program that does require financial investment, because I want to take people who are ready to change their lives. And again, please like, share, and comment. And I go live every Monday through Friday right around 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And then we have the Facebook group called There's an Alcoholic in the Family. Thanks for listening.